May 16th, 1991 at 6:02 a.m. A sacrifice was made for me. A woman's eyes met mine. Her heart knew my circumstances because she had caused the crack to run through my veins. It was at that moment that she imagined my future. The future I would have if she kept me, and the future I could have if she didn't. May 16th, 1991 at 6:02, this woman left me. She swallowed her motherly pride, wiped her tears till they dried, and left me in the hands of a woman she thought could be a real mother. My mother. A woman whose womb was shattered from childhood molestation. She chose me to be her daughter. May 16th, 1991 at 6:02, she made a commitment. My mother committed to the challenge of being a mother, and she promised to love me, to protect me, and to cherish me. She believed that if she committed to me everything she had, that in return she would find the one thing missing from her life. In her heart she understood that a child's love was as close to unconditional as she could get. Year after year, growing up, I took advantage of this unspoken commitment my mother made to me, and she found what she was looking for. What seemed to be a happy story turned into a sticky situation because no one told me about the sacrifice. 14 years later, I discovered the sacrifice made for me on May 16th, 1991 at 6:02, and I discovered that everyone else around me knew. I was devastated, brokenhearted, and I cried. Tears turned into anger, and anger turned into bitterness, and I was done. I began to have flashbacks of that woman who made the sacrifice. And through those flashbacks, I recognized her. She was my biological mother, but I know her as a family friend. I began to question why. Why did she leave me? Why didn't she want me? My mother looked into my eyes and she could see my discovery. My mother wept and apologized and gave me her reasons. For some time after that, I looked at her differently. I rebelled against her wishes and wasn't concerned with her reasons. Young-minded, I didn't understand the sacrifice made for me. It took me years to comprehend the significance of the sacrifice and the commitment. Both sacrifice and commitment are components of love, which means my biological mother and my mother loved me. In the past, I was determined to be the victim. In the past, my story would have ended with no recognition of the true significance my story possesses. I would have left you with only a sob story. I refuse to be the victim. My story is significant because I recognize that a sacrifice was made for me, and I understand the commitment that has been made to me. I made a vow to myself that I would live my life taking full advantage of the sacrifice and the commitment made on my behalf. That consists of not being a victim, but being a victor, using the gifts God so graciously gave me to positively impact the world. May 16th, 1991 at 6:02.